this Miss K and welcome to Miss K on Postal. So I just got home, baby. I had a glass, bottle of Riesling in the fridge because when I got home tonight after the fucking day I done had, sis had to pour her glass of wine because Jesus fucking Christ. So remember I gave y'all a little tidbit earlier on the short that I made about the new ground advantage that was rolling out today. Well, it was yesterday if you're watching because yesterday was Monday, today's Monday, whatever. So I had to let y'all know about this fucking foolishness that went on in the whole motherfucking plan. Let me take a sip because I can't be sober to tell y'all this shit because this shit was retarded today. Hold on, y'all. Mm. Ooh, ain't like a good glass of Riesling. Man, child. Oh, God. One more sip. Okay, so listen. So we get in there today. Now, y'all know I told you about the Ground Advantage is supposed to be taking over for first class mail. So we're no longer going to have first class mail. It'll be all Ground Advantage return. Priority remains the same. Medium mail stays the same. But the Ground Advantage changes. So this is what had happened. We get there, and of course, nobody knows what the fuck is going on. So they proceeded to tell us, hey, listen, so we're going to start the new stuff today. All of the mail that's coming off the trucks from the stations, it should be labeled machinable and non-machinable. But if it ain't, then you got to break it down. Huh? Didn't y'all have a plan for this shit? Didn't you sat here and had meetings like 3-4 weeks ago to tell people about the ground advantage, but you didn't discuss how we're going to implement this plan, how you're going to go forward with this plan? Nah, post office didn't do that. So the mail starts coming in, and there are so many people who were not trained or even advised about the ground advantage that's supposed to be starting today. Okay, so they sitting here trying to figure out what the fuck they're supposed to do with the mail. Mind you, now they didn't finish putting all the sort plans in the bundle sorter that we have for these particular plans. So now you have all this fucking mail coming in, right? Most of it's not even labeled right from the stations because the stations aren't breaking the mail down properly between machinable and non-machinable. Because remember, since most of the mail is going by ground, the only thing they're really doing now is they're making sure that the packages are machinable or non-machinable. If they're machinable, they're going to go to the bundle sorter, where the bundle sorter is supposed to pick out all the mail depending on where it's going. If it's priority, if it's your local turnaround mail, if it's international mail, if it's hazard shit, if it's whatever, media mail, mail for the blind, it's supposed to be able to kick out all this foolishness, right? Now, mind you, these motherfuckers still ain't put up the robots, y'all. So the robots have not been assembled or installed at the bundle sorter. And those robots are supposed to kick off all the mail to where it belongs. So the robots that we still got are ones that move like this. They got 2 arms and 2 motherfucking legs because they still ain't put that shit there. But claiming they gonna have the people do it. When the people come? Next year? Year after next? Whatever. Implant support, running around like a chicken with their head cut off going, I didn't think they were going to implement it so soon. Did you not get the email stating that this was a nationwide event? Okay? The first class mail stamp went up on Sunday. And you change how everything is labeled and placard. And you thought that this shit wasn't going to happen until when? Huh? When? 2024? 2028? 2032? When the fuck you thought this shit was going to happen? Now, these are the people who are in management, the people who get paid to know these things, the people who get paid to insert the sort plans into the bundle sorters or into the flat sorters or into the fucking DBs. And y'all know nothing. You can't figure that shit out. Oh my God, y'all. You should have seen it. It was just pure fuckery. Not only was it fucking hot today, because it's hot as hell, because we got a heat wave every fucking goddamn day, but you got people who just don't know what they're doing. They just are clueless. All sorts of things change. So like our NMOs, which are non-machinable materials that we have that cannot go to the bundle sorter, which have to be thrown off by hand. These motherfuckers have a whole new floor plan for how it gets thrown off. But don't nobody know how it's supposed to go. You got all these new placards with all these different new locations it's supposed to be going to or combined locations. And these motherfuckers don't know nothing. Management trying to figure out how to get everything done. Mail is coming in and they looking foolish. Oh, and in my area, it was just like, what the hell is this? We were looking at this shit like, what is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? It was like watching tennis, baby. Because if the ball was just going back and forth, because nobody knows what the fuck that they're doing. Nobody. Nobody don't know nothing. Everybody dumb. Everybody trying to figure it out. Everybody got papers and diagrams all over it, but they still haven't figured out how to get it. Mind you, when I left there tonight, because Miss K was not doing the overtime with all that fuckery that was all on the floor, there was mail every fucking where. There was fucking priority all lined up, all types of foolishness. It was so sad today, y'all. You had people who didn't even know what ground advantage was. Because once again, the post office in their infinite fucking wisdom did not sit down or have a service talk with every section, especially the section that has to deal with these changes, which would be the bundle sorter and our priority packaging, our NMOs, all those people who work in that area. If you have that particular area in your plant, that's what we do. That's what you guys do. You work the bundle sorter, you sack up the mail, whatever. These people had no clue. They didn't even know what ground advantage was. They didn't even know where to put it. What is it? Is it first class mail? Is it priority? Is it special mail? Because not one fucking manager, not one fucking supervisor had a service talk and said, hey, on today, this is what we're going to be doing. I know it's a new plan. We're implementing it. It may not work the first time. We got to get the kinks out. Baby, it's worse than kinks. It's just kinked up, crooked, fucked up, just distorted and deformed. Because these people have not a fucking clue. They have no clue. They just are so oblivious to the shit. So we have all these new plans, all these new changes that came in that they've been knew about it, but no one has a plan. Because you know what they say, right? Piss poor planning on your part does not constitute what on mine? Exactly. Exactly. So the whole day was spent with supervisors and managers looking completely flustered and lost because they don't even know how to move the mail. They don't even know how to move the people because they don't even understand what they're doing. The bundle sorter was so tore up today because the sort plan wasn't in there properly to read the ground advantage or to read anything else that's supposed to come with the packages that come from the station. Baby, ooh, that shit was hilarious. Miss K couldn't wait to get the fuck out of Dodge. They was like, you gonna stay and do overtime? I said, no, not with this fuckery I got going on here. So I don't know if you guys, wherever you work, what section that you work in at your plant, at your station, how it went for you. Maybe it didn't go the way ours went. Maybe it went smoothly. Maybe your managers and your supervisors actually had a run through maybe last week or had a talk with you today and said, hey, this is how it's going to be done. You don't have to separate this or do this. This is how it's going to get broken down. This is how it's going to come from the stations. These are the new placards that are coming. If they did that, I'm glad for y'all. Because where I am, baby, it's the blind leading the fucking blind. And then the other blind people walking with the other blind people, holding the blind people cane. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, this is something that was told to you guys months in advance. This was part of a plan. This wasn't some shit that just jumped off on Saturday night and they're like, hey, let's go do this. Let's up the first class stamp and let's go ahead and do some ground advantage shit. We ain't going by air no more. Okay, that's not what happened. This was months in planning. And you motherfuckers, once again, show how inept the fucking management at post office is because you had no plan to put none of this together. So you just got shit any and everywhere. People didn't even know how to throw off the mail because they weren't trained. They weren't told. They didn't know the scheme. They don't know the zones. They don't know nothing. They barely knew the new placards. Now, the new placards, if you'll see them, if you're working at a station so you know that you're supposed to be separating your packages between machinable and non-machinable. Those are the only two labels that you're going to get now. It won't be no more mixed. So the new labels say machinable, have a little barcode with some small writing on it. The other ones say non-machinable with the little barcode or whatever. So that's supposed to be thrown off from the station. if you work at a plant, when it comes into the plant, it's already supposed to be prepared. You're just supposed to push it where it needs to go. If it's machinable, it goes to the bundle sorter. If it's non-machinable, then it will go to wherever your breakdown area is, and they will break it down by hand. This is the problem. When most of the mail came off the trucks today, I barely saw a machinable or non-machinable placard, which means the stations don't have them yet. Or either they weren't told, or either they didn't do it. I'm not accusing nobody. I don't fucking know. But I have barely seen any of the new placards. I saw the regular ones, the regular mixed placards, which are not supposed to even be used anymore, allegedly. Okay? You have the same regular flat letter placards. That stuff will remain the same. But the machinable and non-machinable placards are supposed to be used from here on out to designate if the mail is meant for the bundle sorter or not. So even though we were told this was going to happen today, the majority of the mail didn't come that way. It came the regular fucking way it always comes. So how are you trying to do all these plans that came from the top? This shit came from the top. And you don't have any planning. None. It's like a hurricane coming and you don't have an emergency evacuation route or emergency food or water set up for just in case. The post office is like, fuck just in case. We just gonna wing this motherfucker. Whatever it is, we just gonna do it. And that's what went down today. It was something I can't. Let me take a sip on it because I can't even talk about it. It was funny, y'all. It was so funny. But for you, if you had any experiences today, drop it in the comments. Let Miss K know how was your first day with your Ground Advantage. How did your management handle it? Did you have a better result, better experience than we did today? Because baby, they still over there trying to figure that shit out right now. It's just boxes everywhere and shit everywhere and mail every fucking where, and it's sad. And it's probably gonna be sitting there tomorrow when I go in there because they probably ain't figure out what to do with it. But I don't get paid the big bucks to do all that. They do. So more than likely, we're going to have probably a whole week of fuckery with this Ground Advantage of them getting it right. And probably next week too, because it's probably not going to be completely without flaws because it's starting off flawed already. But this is a plan that's the new plan. There is no going back. So it's not like it can be changed. It has to be done. So just want to let y'all know what happened today. It was a shit show. It really was. But it was funny. It was like a comedy show. A 2-drink minimum and order some chicken wings and just sit there and watch and laugh. Because it was funny. Just watching management just run around and couldn't figure out nothing. And how to delegate somebody to do something when you don't even know how to do it. And they're confused because you didn't tell them how to do it. You didn't even show them the proper way to do it. That was the icing on the cake for me today. It really was. But whatever, y'all. I'm gonna drinking my wine, y'all. I'm gonna take me a hot shower and forget about that ratchet place until tomorrow. Just wanted to give y'all a little information about what went down today, how it's supposed to work, and it didn't. Hopefully it worked better for you guys. Like I said, drop it in the comments. And you know, Miss K always trying to get y'all information, let y'all know what's going on, get it T. And always remember my postal babies. Love and light.